Conscious Endeavors, Benefits of Breathwork. April 29th, 2026. Taken from ChatGPT 5. Myztik Janusz. Breathwork is one of the simplest practices available to us, yet it has some of the most profound effects on the body, mind, and emotional state. At its core, breathwork is the intentional control of awareness of your breathing. It sounds basic because it is, but what most people don't realize is that your breath is directly connected to your nervous system. Every inhale and exhale is a signal to your brain about whether you are safe, stressed, calm, or alert. When you are anxious or overwhelmed, your breath tends to become short and shallow. Your body shifts into a state of fight or flight. Heart rate increases, thoughts speed up, the mind begins to spiral. This is not imagination, it is biology. But here's where breathwork becomes powerful. By consciously slowing and deepening your breath, you begin to send a different message to your nervous system. You are signaling safety. You are telling the body it is okay to relax. One of the first benefits people notice is stress reduction. Just a few minutes of slow, controlled breathing can lower cortisol levels, the primary stress hormone in the body. This doesn't just affect how you feel emotionally. It affects blood pressure, muscle tension, and even digestion. As the breath slows, the heart rate naturally begins to regulate. The body shifts from sympathetic nervous system dominance, which is stress and action oriented, into parasympathetic dominance, which is rest, recovery, and repair. This is where the healing begins. Another major benefit of breathwork is improved mental clarity. When the mind is overwhelmed, it is often because the nervous system is overloaded. Thoughts feel scattered, focus becomes difficult, decisions feel heavier than they should. But when you regulate the breath, oxygen flow to the brain becomes more efficient. The prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for focus, reasoning, and emotional regulation, become more active. This creates a sense of mental spaciousness. Problems don't necessarily disappear, but your ability to see them clearly improves. Breathwork also helps with emotional release. Many people carry emotions in the body without realizing it. Stress, grief, anger, or anxiety that has not been processed often becomes stored tension. It can show up as tightness in the chest, a knot in the stomach, or heaviness in the shoulders. When you engage in deeper breathwork practices, you increase oxygen flow and circulation throughout the body. This can bring stored emotional patterns to the surface. Sometimes this feels like a wave of emotion. Sometimes it feels like a release, like something finally letting go that you didn't even realize that you were holding. Another important benefit is improved sleep quality. When you practice slow breathing before bed, especially techniques that extend the exhale, you activate the parasympathetic nervous system. This helps the body transition out of alertness and into rest. Many people find that even 5 to 10 minutes of breathwork before sleep reduces insomnia and improves sleep depth. Over time, breathwork also increases emotional resilience. This means you are less likely to be pulled off center by external events. Instead of reacting immediately to stress, you create a pause. In that pause, you gain choice. And in that choice, you regain control over your response rather than being controlled by your reaction. There are also physical benefits. Better oxygenation supports cellular function. Improved respiratory efficiency can enhance energy levels. Some studies even suggest breath regulation can support immune system balance and cardiovascular health. But perhaps one of the most important benefits of breathwork is not physical at all. It is awareness. When you begin paying attention to your breath, you begin paying attention to yourself. You notice how often you are not present. You notice how quickly the mind jumps into future worries or past regrets, and slowly you begin to return to the present moment. The breath is always happening now. It does not exist in the past or future. So every time you return to it, you return to now. And in that simple return, something shifts. You are no longer just thinking your life. You are experiencing it directly. So whether you use breathwork for stress relief, emotional balance, focus, healing, or simply grounding yourself during a difficult moment, it remains one of the most accessible tools you have. No equipment, no cost, no complexity, just the breath. Inhale slowly, exhale fully, and return to yourself. This is Jonathan Kwiatek, and you're listening to Conscious Endeavors.